Good evening, Dude 79 here, just doing a quick mic check. Want to make sure everything sounds good on you guys and girls, and hope everyone's having a good night. Mic check, mic check.
Hello. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. We will be live here shortly.
Welcome to another edition of Banter and Babble. I am the Dude 79, and joining me always, my esteemed colleague, Mr. Fanboy Tone. Mr. Fanboy Tone, good evening, sir.
Hello.
How are you doing this evening?
Well, a lot of mix of things, but well overall, honestly.
It has been a crazy week.
Absolutely.
I mean, crazy since the last episode.
Crazy few weeks.
Crazy few weeks.
A lot has gone on.
We'll just say it's been a total shit show for the last couple weeks.
Total shit show. Thank you. Yes, I got all buzzed up finally.
I style it for him.
He does. He did make a comment about my hair.
I style the hair.
He did.
That's my side gig. I style Tone's hair.
It's true. We actually were laughing because, as always, Ark and Wrath comes in, boot stomping through the door, and we get comedy from him right away. So.
Yeah, he's always in here busting balls.
He is.
But it wouldn't be the same if he wasn't doing it.
It
so
wouldn't be. No,
I kind of dig it. Yeah, man, there's been a lot going on. We have a lot to talk about tonight. There's some crazy shit going on in the world of streaming. There's some crazy shit going on in the world of movies. There's some crazy shit going on in the world of games. And there's some crazy shit going on right here in Saginaw regarding Banter and Babble.
Yeah.
So, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
A lot.
First things first, before we get into what we're drinking, we want to remind you that it is time for another giveaway.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Thank you, as always, to Fet's Toy Depot. You can check
Sweet.
them out on Facebook. And we have one of those three that you could win tonight as well. Apparently, the Elton John one's become real hot lately. There's a few people out there still checking out that Deku. And as always, one of my personal favorites is that MO2U Moss Man Toys R Us exclusive, which they do not exist.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Sorry about the spam in the chat of
Wow.
our timers. Everything just decided to go at once.
I hope you guys like fried spam because there's it all.
There's a lot of it. So do apologize for that. But that does give you the information that is necessary to be a part of the community and to know what we're drinking and what have you. But yes, so tonight, beginning right this moment,
Need to remind you.
we'll continue to remind you, you have an hour to enter in the giveaway. There you go.
Did it start?
Pretty much the same thing we did over on Mixer, we're doing right here on Twitch. Exclamation point enter will get you included in the giveaway. Exclamation point enter. Now, there's been a couple of things with this. It's not giving out notifications to people, but if I go and look at the giveaway stuff,
Shut up, Prime.
you're all on the list. And damn it, Prime is
Prime,
there.
stop.
Son of a bitch. All right, guys. If Prime wins this, I apologize, but we'll see if maybe this has been fixed.
I think he's hacked Mix It Up.
Oh,
bot.
he has. He's
definitely
he's
sleeping
a
with
scumbag.
He's definitely sleeping with the.
He's a
the
total
dude that makes
scumbag.
this.
So, yes, we have that going on right now, courtesy of Fet's Toy Depot, our good friend over there. Make sure you check him out. He's on Facebook. He's also on Twitter. He's
Yeah,
everywhere.
He's on Twitter now. He's all over now.
So make sure you're checking. Yes, Prime. You know the algorithm to the Mix It Up app. So I'm pretty sure you're going to ruin this for everybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's no doubt.
Per usual. So he's like, oh, this is easy. Yeah, it's gonna be an easy win for Prime. But yeah, again, shout out to Fet's Toy Depot. Always happy to work with him. But you have taken working with him to a whole nother
That is
level.
true. That is true. So
talk.
As you know, for the last few weeks, clearly with these giveaways, he's been really our first sponsor and very supportive. Even some of the people that I've met through his business, some of those folks watch here, which we appreciate too. I've even heard some folks out there watch on Spotify, so that's pretty dope to hear that too. We got a lot of our UK fam, they listen out to there on Spotify. Shout out to those folks, we appreciate that. If you can't make it live because of time frames, we get it. So yes, today, so what has happened is I'll try to keep this not so tone long-winded as best as I can, but not as long-winded as this guy usually gets. But last year in one of the local cities here in Midland, Fet had basically 40 days to put together a Comic-Con in a mall, okay, out of nowhere. And, this guy's, he's a guy that builds a lot of relationships, knows a lot of people, has a lot of things, can get a lot of stuff. So he was brought in to help with this, which was good because people involved needed him, basically.
Yep.
He knows what he's doing, and he knows people. In 40 days, they managed to smash mall foot traffic in like 2 days when the Comic-Con was going on. People had a blast. Vendors were actually, doing a good job making some money, things like that as well, too. So it was really awesome for everybody involved. Well, then he was approached by the mall manager, whoever, and said, hey, do this again. Well, we couldn't do this again this year because clearly COVID hit and none of this stuff's going on. Good news is, though, they still want him to do one, right? So it's being planned right now for March of next year, the 6th and 7th. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. So set your calendars. If you're in the area, you want to travel, come hang out, do that. Because Banter and Babble has a booth center field of Comic-Con in Midland, and we're going to try and live stream. We got to work out some things maybe with the Wi-Fi. If not, it'll be some recordings, which we'll showcase as well too. But we're going to be doing interviews, hanging out, doing some casts on and off all day from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you're in the area, want to stop by, say hi. I'm looking into and talking to some folks that are vendors that are big people there. Maybe get some interviews in and stuff like that as well too. Sit down with these people, say, hey, come talk to us. And if you're walking by, say hello or something like that, or say, hey, what are you doing here? We're going to be right next to the cosplay stage area and some of the other big spots. So that's very exciting.
Yeah.
So that alone was very exciting when that came up. He called me and said, hey, are you interested in a booth? And I'm like, absolutely. Now, to the fun part that actually kind of transcends into today, as you see some of the pictures back here, I am helping Mr. Fetz of Toy Depot, Mr. Fet, plan some of the Comic-Con.
Yes.
And I got to meet the Haunt Girls today, and that was a really good time. The four of us went to the Midland Mall. We met the mall manager, talked to some of the people involved today. Roadrunner Games out there. Shout out to them.
Oh, nice.
He's one of the guys involved in like hosting some of the D&D and stuff like that.
Right.
It was really super cool. We had some good conversations, and it was honestly, it was really awesome. We went into Barnes and Nobles and got some pictures into, and of course the girls are all cosplayed up, so
All right.
we were getting a lot of weird
I
looks
love
and
that
whatnot
shot
as
right
well
there.
too. Yeah, we were in the manga section. We were gonna do like some of the comic books, but we thought the manga would be as fun too. So I grabbed some manga. Boom, there we are. So yeah, we were just chilling out, hanging all day. So that was a good time, and we're looking really forward to next year. So things I do want to mention, just in case you or people you know would love to have a booth there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there you go. Not the first time someone has said you interested in a booth, Tone. He's absolutely correct. Cappadocian also knows too. That's a awesome inside joke. $50 for a booth for both days. Not $50 one day.
For both days.
For both days.
Awesome.
10 to 7 sounds like we're going to do on Saturday. We're going to roll with like probably 10 to 5 or something like that on Sunday.
Cool.
If you do arts and crafts, like, you do paintings, we're going to have the 501st there, it sounds like, as well, too.
Oh, the 501st is going to be there?
501st probably going to be there, too.
Shit.
G.I. Joe's all going to be there as well, too. The guy makes droids and stuff like that as well, too. So there's a lot going on. There's still booths available. If you want to get involved, please holler at me, DM me, check my Discord out. You see the link pop through there once in a while, the Discord link. Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the area, if you want to travel or do something cool too. Like, it's great exposure. We're very fortunate to have this partnership with FETS, and
Yes.
we're extra fortunate that we're able to be involved in it and be at a Comic-Con and talk to a bunch of nerds.
Right.
Be a bunch of nerds hanging out with nerds and talking to them. So
yeah, it's very, very cool. And again, we appreciate giving us the opportunity to do this. It's something that obviously we've never done it before,
right?
But we love the idea of it. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. We're still trying to work out the logistics in terms of like Wi-Fi and being able to broadcast live.
That is the goal
from Comic-Con. That is the goal. I would expect if we do go live from there, it'll probably be for like an hour or two, and then get around and do some interviews, and then have that uploaded to our the YouTube channel or onto Facebook, wherever you like to catch up on Banter and Babble, social media, Twitter, and all that jazz. But no, yeah, we do hope to be able to broadcast live from Comic-Con, have some people come on the air, talk to us, cosplayers and what have you. It's really, really exciting. This is a kick-ass opportunity for us, and it's a kick-ass opportunity for us to reach out and meet a lot of our local nerds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we always said when we started Banter and Babble, sponsorship or our growth, we wanted to be started locally, like kind of work there, and then we'll see what we can do later, right? So it's a good opportunity for us to meet a lot of people in the area, and people in the Tri-Cities that don't know about Banter and Babble, and it might be something they're interested in. Hang out with us and get to know us and go forward. Pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing we can look at. Tricky, a hotspot, a mobile hotspot is always going to be. Oh
yeah, the hotspot's right here, Trick. You know that.
Jeez, oh man. But no, yeah, this is really cool. This is really exciting stuff. When Tony told me the other night I was live streaming and he came in and dropped it on me, I was just like, holy shit, dude, that's wild. That's pretty rad. We're really excited about it. And again, we can't thank FETS Toy Depot enough for this opportunity. Working with him over the last couple of months with the giveaways, and now being given this opportunity to really be a part of a Comic-Con, being right there in the thick of it. It's right. Really, really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I would say in my ever life that I had some hand in creating a Comic-Con. That's pretty cool. So
yeah, it's gonna be either really awesome or just an unmitigated disaster.
Is he asking about it?
Speaking of where the hell is my Funko? It is going out tomorrow morning, ASAP, and it was his fault. Fight him because he forgot to give me your address. That's what it was.
That's bullshit.
Right here. This is it.
Oh,
this is the guy you want to beat the shit out. I'll hold him for you, zombie.
Whatever.
I'll hold him for you.
It's a lie.
Appreciate that. All right, so we've talked about that. Now, obviously, what everyone wants to know. What are we drinking?
What are we drinking? So we are drinking out of one of my favorite breweries here in the Michigan state of the United States, Petoskey Brewing Company. They have, so they got some IPAs, which if you drink the IPAs, buy them, but throw them in the trash real quick after you take a sip or don't even open them. This is Super Trooper Brown Ale. It's basically a coffee and donut. It's a brown. It's actually a higher alcohol percentage than most. We're sitting at about 7.3. It's doesn't have. Sometimes the brown ales have that kick at the end. And sometimes those porters like that. This kind of just doesn't. It's actually very smooth and kind of like almost. You almost get a chocolatiness.
Yes.
I think but the coffee as well too.
First of all, Cuddles is alive.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Cuddles made it out of his surgery today. He successfully had his foot made into a vagina, and we're glad to hear that. So congratulations to you on that, King. Awesome. Can I say that?
I mean, I guess you can now.
Like we're happy for you. That's good. That's good. Now we call him Fuckfoot.
He wants some foot pics.
Oh, yeah. Now
here we go. Here we go.
Cap,
I can see where we're headed with this conversation.
Hey there, Squirrely Cap. Why don't we dial it down about 20% there, tough guy?
But yeah, this is really good. It's a good tasting drink.
Yeah.
It goes down real smooth. I'm digging it. And most importantly, 7.3%. It's got some nuts on it. So I expect to be lightly buzzed up by the end of the show, because we got another one here too. We'll talk about that when we get to it. All right. Comic-Con.
Yes,
done.
Comic-Con. Yes, Comic-Con is done.
Beer done.
Yes.
First thing we're gonna talk about.
This is the one I'm kind of excited because I haven't publicly gone.
Yeah. You've been kind of like sitting down on this, waiting for it to like simmer and really let the volcano go. But
oh yeah.
First thing we're going to talk about is the absolute shit bomb fiasco that was the Mixer announcement that Mixer is closing down effective July 22nd. Or July 23rd?
22nd.
Who gives a shit? It's going away. Matter. It's going away.
Yeah,
Luigi's getting
already
fired
triggered.
up.
Luigi just threw his computer.
And mind you, I sound off. There's a lot of people in here who are streamers on Mixer. Everyone's got opinions on this, and I want everyone to be sure to share it in the chat. Talk about it. It's a good conversation to have, you guys. There's a lot to discuss regarding what's going on with Mixer. But I think it was last week, there was some stuff going down regarding an executive at Mixer that made some comments basically comparing partners to slaves, which is just that mentality that apparently we just can't get rid of out of any field.
And this was a while ago, apparently.
Yeah, this is a while ago.
And this person actually brought it up and said, "Hey, there's the man, the myth, the legend.
There he is, guys.
Depot. You missed the awesome promo we just cut for you, bro.
We just stroked Fetz Depot for like 20 minutes. He had the lotion.
I had like knee pads
terry
on.
towels, and it was horrible.
I even said, "Oh, what a lovely tea party after."
What a lovely tea party.
Yeah. So it actually that was really the kind of the shotgun bang that I think started it or ended it. Excuse me. It actually started, if I remember correctly, with people getting outed with these sexual allegations, and it kind of started on the Twitch side, I think.
Yes.
And then it kind of just spewed over into Mixer, because the reality is, everybody, with these sexual allegations and the misconduct, is that it's not a platform issue; it's an industry issue.
It's an industry-wide issue.
That's the big point about this whole thing. Yep. So, and by the time you got to Sunday, like even Twitch had said something. All the racial allegations come out.
Yep.
A lot of different companies had said stuff. No Mixer. Mixer hadn't said anything. 3 a.m. Monday morning, Mixer decided like now's a good time. They had the PR guy say something. It's like
and the response they made was just corporate speak, and the worst part of it was
awful.
Is there was a specific comment that was made in the statement where they were like, this is something we'll look at in the future, and it's just like, no, it needs to be looked at.
Right.
And again, it just goes to show the disconnect between PR and corporate speak, people who don't have a fucking clue what is going on. They don't know how to read the room or the climate of the world today.
Yeah, gauge the situation.
And they just spit out this fucking just clueless, disconnected response, and it's just like, what are you? And they sent out at 3 a.m. Now I understand that's 3 a.m. Eastern time. There's
it's that's 8 a.m. UK.
Yeah, it's 8 a.m. UK, which is understandable. But at the same time, it's just like, dude, it's a fucking it's a lame ass response late at night, and it was incredible. I was just they have no idea what they're doing. And then you had Phil Spencer come out, and he said, yes, we're looking into this matter. He tagged the person that told their story. Said, yes, we're looking into the matter. Everyone's like, well, okay, first that was a lame-ass response, but at least somebody's like saying, hey, look, we're looking into it to know what's going on. And then, boom. I don't even. I think it was like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon the next day.
Yeah, somewhere like that. It just all of a sudden my phone went.
Yeah, it was a nuke. And Mixer sends out a tweet saying, "Well, we're closing down. We're merging everyone over to Facebook Gaming. Thanks for playing. Have a good life. Deuces." And
Adios.
immediately everyone was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I mean, yeah, are you fucking kidding me?
And now there was some, and there's the story, that they were like, oh, this has been going on for a while. We saw the numbers months ago that it just Mixer wasn't going anywhere. And Phil Spencer came out and said, what happened last night had no relation to the announcement we made today. Bullshit, Phil. Bullshit.
Oh,
whatever
bullshit.
happened the night before escalated things very, very quickly. And by quickly I mean, let's go, let's sell it, we're done.
Come on, like let's be honest with how to sell a company. There's a lot of legal and logistic hoops you got to go through.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fucking tell me that some fucking bunch of people in briefcases managed to in 6 hour period of time said, "Well, fuck, we're good to go selling." It reminds me of that. I memed the comment that. Today, that meme where it's the Office meme where Steve Carell's shaking whoever. This makes me think of that meme. Like that's how that worked out with the two of them. Like, oh, I've got sexual allegations problems. Hey, you want this? Oh, sure. Shake hands.
Right.
Like, see you later. So instead of focusing on the problem, they just pass the buck.
And in the process of doing so, and this is not to discredit the conversation that must be had now that is continuing to go on.
Yeah.
But this was such a fucking weak move. And I don't want to say this was their intent, but it's what happens when you make an announcement like this. It takes the focus off the real problem at hand.
Right.
Because as soon as they said that, as soon as they sent out that tweet, everyone's like, oh my God, Mixer's closing down. Let's talk about Mixer. It's just like, whoa. Let's go back to what fucking got this thing started, okay? I mean, there was no addressing it after that. Nothing.
Yeah, there hasn't been shit. Twitch has been seeming like really good, and we can spiral a little bit into that too, because Mr. Conspiracy Theory over here is like fucking Harry Mason or something about Dr. Disrespect. But
oh jeez, yeah,
don't even start that.
That's
right. Yeah, that's a whole other shitbag. But honestly, the first thing everybody does when you hear Facebook, let's be I was gonna delete Facebook up until I started streaming. It's been good to connect with people because it is trash. It's all trash. Everything
you like to stalk people too. You're kind of a freak.
Yeah, but your toe pics are cute. So, anyways. So when people heard that, they're like, "Fucking Facebook! Like, you serious, Clark? Like, we're gonna do that?"
Mm-hmm.
But it even gets deeper. Like, clearly there is a big issue. There's issues that need to be checked out. Yes, MySpace 2.0. Yes, definitely MySpace. And there are other things they could have done first, I suppose. But all we're doing at this point, we're just giving it to Facebook. And you got partners. You've got partners who have put their lifeblood into this company for some years.
Mm-hmm.
And I know streamers who went from an Xbox casting from their Xbox with a camera or even a Kinect camera and become partner and quit their jobs and stream professionally. And now they're out of job. Like, people are out of jobs because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a big point that I don't think people understand.
It's huge.
There's a lot of people that were out of jobs because of this, because streaming was their job.
Mm-hmm.
And that's insane.
Yep.
Yeah,
it was handled in such a piss poor way. I mean, an absolute just shit show of how to handle things. And again, the biggest issue I took away with it was the fact that it took the focus off the conversation that really needed to be addressed and discussed.
Yeah.
And that's by the comments that were made by the executive comparing their partners to slaves, which is, again, just, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fucking mindset that's been imbued into society for a long time, and it's something that you can't just sit there and make an announcement like this when you fucking know, it's going to take the focus off the real problem. I mean, honestly, man, as soon as they announced that, there was nothing. That whole conversation fucking died immediately.
Yeah, completely.
And
died.
that is the problem.
Everything went from like, oh shit, well, they finally said something, and then all morning everybody's doing their thing, working or whatever, and all of a sudden, like, what? Like, they're shutting it down July 22nd. This is they didn't tell people, partners, nothing. Like no
No.
one knew, and so
Oh, I mean, Shroud and Ninja knew. Shroud and Ninja knew, but yeah, partners, people have been working their asses off. Not people who didn't get a
Real
$90 million deal and didn't get a $30 million buyout, all that shit.
Yep, I
So
don't.
people that really worked their asses off all day, they're the ones that found out last. That's unreal, dude.
And there were some people like, we can scale back just a tiny bit, and then he kind of alluded to it about a month ago, 5 weeks or so ago. There was, maybe it was longer. I don't know, quarantine's got me all fucked up in time frames, but 6 weeks ago, I remember Maneater was either just come out or about to come out, and there was a post of analytics of year-to-year growth for the streaming platforms.
Yep.
Like
Facebook
horrible. Was like 100-some%. Twitch was almost 70%.
Was it Mixer like 1.2%
Mixer was
or something?
0. It was flatline. And you had people out there doing the defensive tour and going, "Oh, well, it has something to do with the bots and Sparks things last year, so it's still fine. Don't worry about it," and all this bullshit. And it's like, really? Are we sure about that? Because like you could still think you'd see some form of like, Prime Gaming, a couple percentages on that, but no, there was nothing. And we started doing the dialogue, and a lot of the people in our circles were doing the dialogue. Like, maybe we should consider like at least outreaching a little bit more.
Yep.
Have we hit the ceiling? Right? If there's no growth, like Banter and Babble is bigger than a platform, right? So like, by the way, thank you for joining us on twitch.tv.
Yeah, seriously, thanks, guys.
That.
It's a lot. I know it can be a pain in the ass, but my thought is, I feel like if you have a Mixer account, you probably have a Twitch
There's a good
account.
chance of it, yes. And we appreciate that we've made some of you get that Mixer account, and now here we are back on Twitch, and we appreciate that. And we started restreaming to Twitch a little bit too, our personal brands and Banter and Babble some, and well, here we are. We were kind of ready for it because we had this conversation. We were kind of seeing the forest for the trees because we want to focus on Banter and Babble as a brand. It's not stream specific anyways. We already do YouTube and Evergreen and Facebook and this and the other. So the move for us was like, it was shocking. And I feel for like everybody, even the little people who are almost partner or just got partner and definitely partners on everything that happened, but again, it still clouded the conversation.
Yep.
We're still, some of us are still here. We're moving on. We're doing well. You got affiliate this week.
Yeah. Which was honestly, and the thing is, I'm not a numbers guy. You know this. I've talked about it, and it's something that, and this is nothing against people who are into their numbers. I mean, everyone wants to grow. Everyone wants to get, wants to see that progress, and I respect that 100%. Me personally, if I look at numbers, that takes me down a fucking rabbit hole that I myself personally cannot get around mentally.
Right.
If I start focusing on that shit, it will fucking ruin me.
Right.
And so it's my choice to be like, you know what? I just want to just game and stream and do Banter Babble and talk to viewers. And I feel like, when I jumped over here, I saw the numbers like, wow, 3 concurrent viewers. That can't be too difficult, right? But it's not easy. It's not easy when you're new to a platform.
No, at all. No.
But, the beauty of it is there's 2 things that I credit to for being able to hit affiliate. One, all of our Mixer friends that have come over.
They've been
the Mixer friends that we've all been friends with have been incredibly supportive of one another. We're always in there. We're always talking to each other. We're always trying to help support one another, make everyone feel comfortable and know, hey, look, you're not over here alone. You're new, but you're not alone. And we jump over here and we're supporting one another and everyone's hitting affiliate. And that's fucking sweet. The second thing I'm going to credit this to, and it's something we've always talked about in the past, Mixer was a great platform. There was some awesome tool set. There was some awesome features and what have you.
Aesthetically, I love it.
But the thing about Twitch and YouTube over Mixer is it's not just all streamers over here.
Correct.
There are viewers. There are people who don't stream who are just looking for fucking content, people to watch, games to watch, be a part of conversations. They're not looking to stream. And while I love being over on Mixer and the friends that we made and we're supporting one another, I can come over here and say, if you can't hop into my stream, that's cool. I'm reaching out. I have a huge pool of people.
You have a Destiny following.
Yeah, which is crazy because
but it's rad. I mean,
but it's awesome.
But it's awesome.
You have
a Destiny group.
Yeah,
man.
there were people jumping in that are Destiny people like, hey man, just coming over here watch. I mean, Eddie Terry, for example, Eddie Terry is a guy that was on Mixer who was just a viewer.
Yeah.
That's to say, there are viewers over there. There are viewers on Mixer. And when I saw him pop up in my Twitch chat with Eddie Terry, I was like, dude, that's awesome. That hit me. I was like, dude,
I
that's
happened to be
fucking
live
sweet.
there too.
Yeah.
I think when that happened, I was like, whoa.
Eddie Terry showed up, and I was like, dude, that's fucking sweet. Thank you, Eddie. You know, I appreciate it. You know, and I'm sitting there just doing, I'm just playing normal like I normally did on Mixer, and the next thing you know, I get the email, hey, you made affiliate, and
It was genuinely surprising to you.
I was incredibly surprised.
Yeah.
Because that's just not something I really ever focus on. But when I got that email, I was like, oh fuck, man, you can have some fun over here. You can grow over here, and it's one thing we've all talked about is you have a clear path on Twitch. They have everything right there. You got to hit this. It's
Honestly,
none of the fucking guessing game that was on Mixer. Like, what do I have to have?
Moving.
Yeah. What do I have to have to make it? You didn't know. Right here, when you come on Twitch, there's your shit. Right there, do this. Oh, what I missed?
Zombie said I could sit on cakes and find my true audience.
Shit, I'll tune in. Zombie, I'll subscribe for a fucking year.
Yeah, I mean,
you start sitting on cakes?
If it's carrot cake, I'm subbing.
Jeez, oh man, wow. Okay, no more for you, buddy.
I love carrot cake. I'm sorry, what the fuck?
I know exactly what you meant, you fucking pervert.
Oh,
but no, it's been an absolute phenomenal experience. Being over here on Twitch.
Yeah.
The support from our fellow Mixer people, but then just meeting new viewers. And if it's everybody. I mean, a lot of the people that have come over from Mixer are hitting affiliate or they're hitting partner already, because I think the best analogy you had was you said Mixer's kind of like community college.
Yeah.
You jump in there and you learn the ropes, and you're like, okay, cool. I'm working with my classmates. We're working on projects together. We're doing this, that.
Yeah.
We graduate from Mixer Community College. Now we're in the real world. And we've taken what we've learned over on Mixer and have been able to apply it to a much wider audience, a bigger pool of possible viewers for us to appeal to. And when I go into people's streams, I sense their confidence. Like, they're just in there doing their thing, and people just start following.
Yep.
And I fucking love that. That's awesome. That's like the one silver lining to what happened. It was unfortunate. It sucks what happened at Mixer. But I feel like we've all stepped over a fence into much, much greener pastures.
At least right now, right? Like, everything seems to be good. Now, don't get me wrong, that you get affiliate, and that pathway to partner is much harder grind.
Oh, it's a big grind, but you
have a pathway in front of you, whereas before it was a lot of tall grass and some snakes running around in it, So, but yeah, so thank you as always for all of you that have moved around with us from time to time as well. Our new folks, if you're in here, we appreciate you. If you want to hang out with us all day in our Discord too, because I'm always going to be pushing that Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry about that. There's a Discord bot that pops through here once in a while. Pop in that Discord, talk to us if you got comments, thoughts, anything, segments you'd like to see on the show. We'd love to hear from you. The chat is hot right now, and I just want to say I'm trying to keep up with a lot of this stuff. There's some funny shit going on. You guys are awesome and bringing the heat tonight. We appreciate that. It's hard. We want to try to keep up with you, but we definitely can't thank you all enough for your constant support. Our goal right now, like, is always going to be Banter and Babble #1. We have personal brands that we do, but Banter and Babble is our #1. It's our baby. This is the one we want to do affiliate. We want to push. We want to go there, and we hopefully that you guys will be along for the ride. We got a long ways there, but we appreciate already for you guys giving us enough wind in our sails.
If you guys are like the Barbarian twins. I like to think of us as like the modern day bushwhackers.
Oh.
Right. And then you'll lick my head, I'll lick your head, and no.
What?
Keep it PG, will you? Jeez, oh man,
what?
you can't
This
say
isn't
anything. You
PG,
can't
no.
pay somebody a compliment without them taking it the wrong way. Except you guys have teeth. Right?
That's true. Give me a few more meth and we'll see.
That's so hot.
Tell me
That's
more.
so hot. Bushwhackers were awesome. I love the Bushwhackers.
That's like your one reference for wrestling, and every time I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that.
That's
a good reference.
Hey, I love them, man.
That's
They're
awesome.
They're
Great.
awesome.
Me too.
I love their dance.
They licked heads.
But yeah, like, look, you guys, and seriously, thank you everybody that has transitioned over and is supporting Banter and Babble here. Like Tom mentioned, Twitch is not. It's home in terms of like being able to do giveaways and stuff, but we're trying to grow something not just bound to Twitch.
Right. One last analogy, and then we'll move on from this because we could talk about this for a long time because we
all
never
night
talk about it. It's definitely the community college analogy works because like Mixer aesthetically, I really appreciate in the simplicity and it's easy to use for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And the FTL, I love the FTL.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch has so much things going on in the background, and people have mentioned this before, but we just didn't have experience for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more work. I've got new alerts coming and panels. Like, I'm taking it pretty seriously.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you're all over that shit.
It's time to up the ante.
Mm-hmm.
And go to town, and a lot of the people in our circles have been making affiliate, and they're doing well and doing really awesome, and that's great. Like if you can come over here from what you learned and the mix of people follow you, you're doing something right. And again, as always, we appreciate all of you. Yes, ! Enter, everybody.
Yes, get in there.
Make sure to get in there for that giveaway. Vets Toy Depot Prime. If you win, I'm gonna come over and slash your tires.
I'm gonna seriously be pissed if Prime wins.
Some of you haven't done that ! Enter because I can't talk. There we go. More of you get in there.
There you go. Get in there, zombie. Get in there.
Yep.
Gucci. Ooh, Gucci. I like that name. Gucci fur. Hobbit man. There you go. Get in there. Come on, everybody, hop in there.
So good.
See. I like how that tells you. You may only enter one time, damn it.
Oh, buried. Shame. You got caught. What up with that?
See, got in trouble. Jared wants the Elton John badly. Well,
that's
I want Elton John. Maybe I'm gonna rig this shit.
That's Hobbit man. He's the Elton John. Oh, nice. There's a few people that vibe with it. Yep, and the Deku. So, but yeah, let's move on from that shit. We all moving on from Mixer. Let's move on with the conversation.
And we're moving on now. What we're gonna talk about is. Before we get into this conversation, I'm going to let you guys know right now, what we're going to talk about is spoiler-free. We're not going to talk about any of the specific story tropes, but we are going to discuss the nature of some of where this hate for this game has come from.
Yes. Specifically,
how people have reacted to certain elements, and I'm here to talk about, I know you've experienced some of it, I've experienced most of it so far.
Correct.
And we're going to talk a little bit about The Last of Us 2. So now this game has come out. It's now considered. It's been revealed that it is the fastest-selling PlayStation 4 title of the console cycle.
I just found that out like yesterday.
Yeah,
too.
it sold over 4 million copies in the first week. Like it is just selling like crazy. One of the things leading up to its launch was there were multiple leaks, and there were some pretty heavy leaks. I didn't read the leaks, but my understanding is these were very big leaks, like story plot lines and whatnot.
And we didn't dabble in any of that shit.
No.
FYI, I'm not interested in all that shit.
No interest in that stuff. I love The Last of Us 1. I think March feels the same way that I do. March Gaming. She's talking about it's one of the best series out there. It really is. It's an incredible game. The first one was a water cooler moment for the industry. People talked about it and they marveled over it.
And more, did a remaster.
Yeah, they did a remaster. But so the second one has come out to universal critical acclaim. I mean, this thing's at like a 95 on Metacritic. It's just universal acclaim. But then you go over and look at the cool user reviews, and it's sitting at like a 3.
Yeah.
Now, some of that is just fanboy bullshit. It's the same dudes that go over and shit on Crackdown or Rise or whatever on the PlayStation side, and the same Xbox guys that hate PlayStation are over there ranking it down. Whatever. Cool. Grow up. You're a loser. Now, the other people who are hammering it are a lot of the people that saw the spoilers, and they have certain issues with some of the plot lines that are explored in this game.
Or even the characters.
Some of it, no, obviously it's why I think most people know. It's been talked about since Left Behind dropped on PS3 for The Last of Us. But Ellie is gay, and of course you're gonna have a lot of people who are gonna have issues with that. Unfortunately, a lot of losers. And I'm playing through this game, and much like the first one, I fucking love Ellie. Okay, I love Ellie. She's a complex character.
Sassy sometimes.
I love Joel. He's a complex character.
All complex.
There's some decisions made by Naughty Dog in this game that there's one early on that I kind of understand. We kind of talked about it last night. And there's one later on in the game that's really was a bold choice in my opinion. I kind of threw that up on Twitch or Twitter the other day. I put up my thoughts on a specific thing. Again, not getting into spoilers, but my thing is, man, with The Last of Us 2 and why I appreciate what I've played so far is Naughty Dog is not about making a game that is just cut and dry,
right,
black and white, good and bad.
Right.
There are so many gray areas in this game as you're playing through it You know, the people who have played the first one, they love Joel. But at the same time, when I played the first one, is Joel really a good guy? I think that's up for interpretation. I think that's up for discussion. Cookie cutter story in game that isn't. No, hell no, dude. I mean, even Uncharted games, as goofy as they are, enough plot twists to be like, oh shit.
They character build.
Yeah, dude, they're all about character building. And you know what? You mentioned that there are some choices later in this game that is about character building, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I was streaming it, and there's a guy that watches me stream that game. His name's Brian. He's a good guy. I love him. He's on Twitter. And I just told him, I was like, hey, man, have you beaten? He's like, yeah. And I go, cool. Tell me when I get to the point or any of the points that have people triggered about this game.
Right.
And when I got to the final point later in the game, the one big point of contention, I was shocked that was one of the points people were pissed about. Legitimately shocked. I was like, are you fucking serious? People are mad about this? Look, when you play The Last of Us 2, or The Last of Us for that matter, this is not a game that is built to make you feel fucking good. It's a game that makes you think. Yes, when we play a lot of video games from since we were kids up until now, you're a good guy and you're going to go out and save the world. Cool. That's awesome. People like to feel good. I dig it. I like games just like I like movies. The ones that take chances, the one that take bold risks, the ones that surprise you.
And almost question.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
question your morality.
There are so many points in these games where you're just like, man, was that really the right move?
Right.
did the character that I enjoy really make the right call there?
Right.
That is fucking good shit. That is interesting stuff. Can I go play Call of Duty and feel like a fucking hero? Yeah, sure. But sometimes I like to think. Sometimes I like to go into a game and not know what the hell's going to happen. And when they do something that's different from the norm, not get pissed about it, but embrace it and think about it. And if you think about it and you don't like it, that's cool. That's one thing. But if you just read it on a fucking board, you read the leak somewhere, and you're making a judgment on the game based on that, sorry, I'm going to question you as a gamer.
You're already a scumbag. You're reading the early shit.
I'm questioning you as a gamer.
That's how I feel about it.
Because you have no idea what this game is about.
Reading them leaks like that, man. That's.
It's just no
bueno.
I mean, like, no, I'm not saying this game is. I haven't beaten this game.
Sure.
That's the thing. I still have a couple hours left. Could the story go to shit? Absolutely. Could I leave the game going, man, I didn't like the way that fucking was tied up.
Right.
So I'm not giving this a review. This isn't a review. But up until this point, this is one of the most gut-wrenching, like, gritty, thought-provoking games I've played in a while. And you can't say that a lot about video games in general.
True.
I've loved it so far. I know Pikachu's digging it. I know Luigi. I think he played through it. He said it was a true.
Dave's beating it.
Dave's beating it. I mean,
looks like PS is beating it. So we got some folks that are beating it. You know.
And see, these are the people. Those are the people I want to hear from. Now, if Luigi came in here and said, "I didn't really like it," cool.
Still might want to dissect it because he actually beat it though.
Not only do I dissect it, but at the same time, he played through the fucking game and formed his own opinion.
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Right, yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna sit there and dog Luigi. Even though, what was the game he trashed? Wasn't he in here the other night for one of our shows? And he said something.
Luigi,
what game was that, Luigi?
Was it a game or a movie? Mag.
Mag. Now look, Luigi.
Here we go.
I'm gonna allow you to tread carefully here on Mag. Okay, tread carefully. Okay, now I got to ban Cuddles. I never had to ban a mod before, but I'm gonna have to ban Cuddles.
My Mr. Cuddles. Not Fuckfoot.
Oh man, yeah. Luigi comes in here talking shit about Mag like 2 weeks ago. I was like, excuse me?
I know.
It was like that James Franco gif where he's like, what?
Yeah.
I was like offended.
Oh, hi, Mark. Sorry.
But no. It's cool, Luigi. Like I said, man, I respect people's opinions as long as they have played the game and they formed their own opinion. Didn't go to some fucking forum, read a leak, and said, well, this game is shit.
Right.
You have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Correct.
I love the in-depth context. Makes you think about who's good and who's bad and what types of decisions are made during tough times. Boom!
Bingo.
Thank you.
So, yo, let me speak on this. All right, everybody in NWO.
Yeah, sorry, I got to shut the fuck up. Go ahead, man.
Shut the fuck up. I'm only about 3 hours in. I've gotten to one of the controversial scenes. Cool works, fine. I love good storytelling. Here's the bottom line with the game, everybody. I'm gonna be real blunt about it.
Oh boy.
You know who doesn't like this game? Frail dudes with little dicks.
Ooh.
That's who don't like this game. They can't handle the fact that there's a woman lead, and they can't handle sometimes the fact that maybe their prepackaged notion of what a story should be is a little bit more of a thinking device for them. Fuck that. No, but
Shut up.
And I'm not now. I say that, and I don't mean that everybody, because I do have some friends that have some this, that, and the others. But honestly, don't like when the leaks and all that shit, and the spoilers came out. Like, who the fuck is reading that shit? Like, I'm instantly like, this is a high caliber game.
Mm-hmm.
You go to fucking Barnes and Nobles and buy a book and get to the end and read, like, go to the last like 10 pages and go, oh fuck, I'm glad I bought the book.
Right.
Who does that shit?
Nobody.
I get it on social media and I get it on internet, like people ruining shit and blah blah blah. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You know what I don't want when I read or I enjoy any form of media? I don't want predictability.
Right.
Because that's fucking boring.
Yep.
You want to know what's not safe anymore for any character anywhere, whether you're good or bad? After watching Game of Thrones for a fucking decade, nothing is ever safe, and that's good storytelling. Why? Because I know we suspend our disbelief, we use our imagination, and we put ourselves in these places. But while we do that, there has to be a feeling of groundness. Like, you can almost have some sort of, like, you feel like either compassion or you feel like some form of relatability to things. And you know, it's almost like better when you can do that in like some sort of fantasy or fiction setting. Because it makes it that much more real. So when you're put in those crazy, fantastic spots, you have a closer affinity to it, and it affects you more, and it makes you think. You know, if anybody's seen Breaking Bad, there are plenty of things in the show Breaking Bad that you'll just be watching, and then things will just happen. You'll be like, and there's something that happens in that series, and I'm driving to work the next day at 8 a.m. in the morning and going, it's still fucking my head up. Like, I'm still thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, video games are definitely cool. You're right on that. PS, I definitely agree with that. And you know, that's the bottom line for me. Like, you know, I don't get this thought process. I do get that we're all casual about everything. Like, everything we want is super, like, easy to take in. We want definitive things. We want, here's the good guy, here's the bad guy. This is right, this is wrong. You know what? That's fine for you. But for everybody else, all the good and the meat and potatoes, that comes in the middle. That's that gray area.
Yep.
You know, you can have a piece of bread here, but we're eating sandwiches for the fucking meat. Give me that fucking meat. Give me that turkey sandwich. Want some bacon, maybe, you know, maybe a tomato. No? You like tomatoes, right?
Oh, yeah. I also love when a buddy of mine says, give me the meat. That's fucking hot, dude. But, no, yeah, you know, it's funny you mentioned Game of Thrones. Like, when I was sitting here, when my buddy told me about, you know, one of the reasons people didn't like the game, I was like, clearly none of these people have seen Game of Thrones. None of them have seen Game of Thrones. None. And if they have, they better say they fucking hate it too. Because the Red Wedding, one of the darkest days of my life, dude. Anyways, that's what we wanted to say about the last one.
Sorry, I had to break it down. You have a lot of good things to say.
No, that was great. And somebody mentioned it earlier. You know, would you guys do a spoiler cast? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll do a spoiler. If
you guys want us to do a spoiler cast, and we're
going to do a spoiler cast.
Later in the show, we've got some other things to talk about and some announcements with B&B in general. Sure. Absolutely. Hands down. No problem.
Well, I think that'd be something that'd be really cool, because I do think this is going to be, depending, you know, even, I don't know how it ends. You know, and I'm sure the ending will, just like the first one, left a lot of people talking and discussing what had happened, and it drove conversations. I expect the same thing. The way this one has played out so far, I expect there to be some pretty awesome. I know.
Mando.
But yeah, no, I think that's something that'd be cool. I don't know if we would do it live. Probably do a recorded version and upload it to YouTube. Right. Just to be safe, so in case people tune in, I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
I mean, I guess, like, if people wanted to know it was a spoiler cast and want to be in the conversation,
I mean, it'll be in the title and everything.
That would be a big. I mean, if that's what you're asking, if that's what you want,
I'd be down for that. I'd be down to have a serious conversation, because I feel like up until this point, there's a whole lot of shit to talk about in this game already. There's a bunch to unpack.
I'm 3 hours in, and like, I got to be honest, getting to like an area where like it's almost like you can kind of like have some open worldness. I'm like,
well, you just got to Seattle.
I didn't see that coming, and that's enjoyable as fuck. I honestly been busy not playing this game, because when Mixer decided to blow itself up, I've been trying to really focus on the Twitch side,
Right.
everything else. So I just haven't had the time to put into it like everybody else. And I also went back to work a few weeks ago, so I just haven't been able to find that right balance, right?
I know you hear all the bullshit excuses, huh, guys?
I masturbate a lot at night.
See, dude, just say that.
There it is.
Stop making up all the bullshit
Sorry.
nobody
I don't
believes.
know.
Just say you're too busy beating off. Fine. That's fine.
That's what you all wanted to fucking hear, right? You know?
No, they want to see it. OnlyFans
OnlyFans.
/fanboy tone.
Fanboy Tone.
There you go.
We have a $5.99 special going on to the end of the week, and it's
True, we FaceTime.
it's true.
What a pervert.
King subscribed to the lifetime VIP. I'm not going to talk about price, but
It was a lot.
the content's awesome. You get my
It's like
Snapchat as well, too.
$19.99, wasn't
You know,
it? Something like that. Sorry. Anyways, good conversation about The Last of Us 2. Tone's big bone. Holy shit, Pikachu.
She's an ideas
Hold
person.
on, I'm
Write that
gonna
down,
log
write
in
that
right
down,
now
write
real
that
quick
down,
and
write that
secure
down.
this
Hey,
for you. You're good to go.
You get a cut.
Hey, 15 minutes. Hurry up and exclamation point enter. Get into the drawing for a Funko Pop figure. You have 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Get in there
minutes.
now, courtesy of our good buddy, Vets Toy Depot.
Yes, we love him.
Make sure you hit exclamation point enter. Get in. Yeah, it's free to me. Fuck you, Prime.
Fuck off.
I ain't gonna send him
He's
shit.
gonna
if he
fucking
wins.
win. And
Dude, I
everybody's
will
gonna
be enraged.
He's gonna have to. We're gonna have to redo this.
I will seriously walk off, and you're closing the fucking show out.
Vets, no, we had. I don't want. Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god, with your lightsaber dildo? Oh my goodness.
That may have come up in conversation today.
Dude, Fats just comes in here throwing some just wow.
That may have came up in conversation. I'm sorry.
Why wasn't I there for that conversation? Holy hell. Okay, moving on. We've got some movies we want to talk about.
Yes, we do.
We talked about games. We talked about the shit show that was Mixer. Let's talk about some movies. And first up, this is the first movie that Joseph Gordon-Levitt has been in 4 years.
What was the last movie he did? Do you know?
I saw it the other day.
Piece of shit.
But I
you don't
can't
know.
remember.
What was mods out there? What was the last movie Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in? Because yes, I love he made me a believer. I'll be honest with you, and this is gonna be controversial. Looper. Looper changed my idea.
Looper's an incredible movie.
Looper's an incredible movie. And come on, Ryan Johnson. What's up with that? You know? Third Rock from the Sun. Yes, Cap. We know the long hair. Blah blah blah. I know you were a super fan back there. He had like his like a Tiger Beat poster and shit. Dope.
That's nasty. I'm looking this up because I have to know.
Yeah. Looper is an amazing movie, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to be. I'm telling you right now, I really believe this. Like, good or bad movie.
Snowden was the last full feature film he was in. He's
That
done
was-
some.
Oh yeah, that's the what. That
he's-
was the yeah.
He's done some voice work. He was in. Wow. He had a cameo voice in The Last Jedi.
Him
He
and
was
Ryan are
slow
boys.
and low. But yeah, he hasn't been in anything in 3 years. So, this is 7500. It's an Amazon original. You can catch it right now on Amazon Prime. The title 7500 is the code for hijacking on a plane.
Yep.
So immediately you're thinking, oh, cool, hijacking. Wow, I've seen this before. Possibly, and you'll talk about some of the reasons why we might have seen this before. But this movie is interesting because this is a showpiece for Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
At the end of the day, that's the bottom line and the best takeaway from it right there.
You can almost compare this to what I think producers wanted from Tom Hanks in Castaway or Will Smith in I Am Legend. It's just your show to carry.
He literally is. At the end of the day, this guy is going to be around for a long time.
Yeah,
I think he's incredible.
It's 90 minutes of Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the co-pilot, stuck in the cockpit of a plane that's just been hijacked. And he has to carry the film from start to finish. And he does a great job. First thing I want to mention, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is fucking awesome in this movie.
Yep.
He is really, really good. You talked about a couple things. I'm going to let you talk about it. But his range is great in this movie. It's an intense movie. I'll say for the first 2/3 of the movie. We'll talk a little bit about it more later.
Yep.
But the first 2/3 of this movie are incredibly intense. And like you, I was like on the edge of my seat going, oh, fuck, what is going on?
There was some beehole clenches.
There are some moments in this movie where you're just like, gee, that's a fucking horrible decision to have to make. And he's able to deliver it in his performance. You understand this is a horrible decision, a horrible moment for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And he kills it. He's great. He's awesome in it. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
What's going on in the chat?
Kevin,
What's going on?
He's gonna do a Kevin Spacey lookalike, and I don't know why
Oh,
that's
dude,
completely.
don't.
I can't. It was
no.
funny to me. I don't know.
I bet you Cap thinks Kevin Spacey's super cool.
I know. So
he was before he turned into a fucking weirdo.
Right, because I was a big. Honestly, yeah, you have a cockpit, and I will ban Cap. You have like literally, what's the square footage of a fucking like? First of all, you get very little scenes or very little look at a airplane cockpit in a lot of movies. It's like a few minutes here, a few minutes there. This is like got you like the realism, the things he was doing. Like you know he actually probably, and we could look it up. Somebody could probably do that if you were a mod. He probably took some sort of training because it looked like he knew what he was doing around.
Oh yeah, and
there was some serious shit going on. In there, and I was impressed by that.
And I love when they do that in these types of movies where they show a person, a guy or a girl, going to a job that maybe we're not all familiar with, going through the routine of everything. And yeah, it's pretty rad to watch him go in there and act, and go through the steps of taking off a plane and flying one. That actually is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and I'm with you on the zombie. I don't see I think Cap's trolling, but you have like literally like your entire movie that he's in. I mean, the only thing you see the back of the plane is through a fucking monitor.
Yeah,
you don't see shit.
Mm-hmm.
Even like early on, you're seeing from the front of the plane, so you're getting complete like first person, almost third person perspective in like your area,
mm-hmm.
and everything that happens to him, like whether it's bad, good, or not, so whatever. He like, man, it's almost like it felt like it could have been believable to be done on a camcorder, and somebody was just there hanging out,
right?
Because it felt so fucking like real and one shot take-ish, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like how we said with what's the sci-fi movie we just watched? Oh my god. Please don't. Sci-fi movie that we love so much with the great Tom Creek.
Who?
Don.
Oh, Vast the Night.
Yes. Like, I got feelings of that because I feel like there were shots I'm like, he's just going right now,
mm-hmm.
and he's not stopping. And how he reacted to stuff. And like, it's all about perspective in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with like so let's we get it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was amazing.
Yep.
Right? Okay,
there's no argument there. Yep.
I can keep talking about it because there were a lot of things that was like wow, I can't believe you reacted. My first problem with this movie was and this isn't gonna ruin it. Like, it's a hijacking, okay? It was very fucking cliche, and I found that super annoying
mm-hmm.
because the hijackers were Muslim. Granted that they were from Germany or whatever, but they were from Muslim. Like, it's 2020. We're really doing this.
Right.
That like when they were storming or trying to storm the cockpit and they said Allah, I don't know how to pronounce.
I know what you're saying.
Akula
Abba or something like that.
Akbar. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry.
It was just like, okay, cool. All right.
I apologize for that, but I'm just like, yeah, exactly. Like, it couldn't be fucking like.
Why couldn't it just be you?
Right. It couldn't just be some people that just wanted to start some shit, had something bad at home, but because you never found their motivation. Well, they had some motivation, but it was such a cliche motivation. It was basically they took people that were a part of ISIS and put them in the fucking cockpit. The Western world bombed. We totally yes. It's so fucking dumb. It's such a cliche, and that literally and that happened kind of early on because the movie's about hijacking. It took me out of the movie for a minute. I'm like, the fuck, we're doing this in 2020? Like, this is what I'm dealing with?
Mm-hmm.
So outside of that, as you alluded to, the first 2/3 movies were the 2/3 of the movie was very, very like high impact. You had Joseph going all these crazy ranges in a 6 or 8 feet
mm-hmm.
room.
Yep.
And even some of the stuff like that was happening, like you were like, or I knew something was coming or whatever. I like the last scene because I think the last scene was very like, it was very symbolic to the way the entire movie went,
mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But everything in between with how it ended was very, like, I called how everything was going to end almost.
Oh, yeah.
It was very like cliche and very like anticlimactic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of disappointed. Like, now I liked some of like the interpersonal relationship that was going on. I thought that was really cool.
Oh, the Stockholm syndrome kicking in. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a good movie. It's an okay movie. I've seen worse.
Mhm.
I've seen way better.
Yep.
I don't blame Joseph Gordon. I felt like he put a lot of oomph into it behind him.
He carried the movie.
He gets no blame at all. He did a great job, but the movie was just meh.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those movies where you talk about with your buddies and you're like, hey man, what was that movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt? He was really, really good. He was on the plane. What was the name of that movie? Nobody's gonna fucking remember. It's a solid showpiece for him.
Yeah.
He's lights out. For the first 2/3 of the movie, it's directed. It's very taut. It's directed very, very well, considering this is obviously a low budget film. I mean, even the violence is kind of muted in a way. It's not nearly as bloody and whatnot, because obviously when they rush the cockpit, there's things that happen.
True, that's true.
So
that's true.
it's very low budget. It's a low budget film, but it's directed with a taut hand, and Patrick Volrath is really good at that for the first 2/3 of the movie. And then they try to explore the Stockholm syndrome with one of the hijackers and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and that's how you kind of finish out. I feel like that last third of the movie, it was counterproductive to what they had done the first 2/3. It was a thrill ride. It was when I look at this is when I look at movies, obviously this is a hard movie for a lot of people to watch, but from start to finish, was it United 93? Okay, similar thing, but based on real events, and that is still one of the hardest movies for me to watch.
It's so fucking real.
It's so real, and this is something that really happened. And I feel like with the ending of this movie, while it's a different out, I just feel like it was kind of predictable, and it also didn't help that the person that the character that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was acting alongside, I just don't think he had the same talent.
He didn't have
they tried to explore the Stockholm syndrome, and it just didn't pan out. So it was kind of like this anti-climactic ending that really didn't fit the first 2/3 of the movie. And sure, that might have been the director's choice, and I respect that. That's fine. I just feel like with the effort that Joseph Gordon-Levitt put into this movie,
it's not fair to him.
It would have been nice to have somebody that could match him in terms of the performance. That would have made that one-on-one, that exploration, like you mentioned, at the end, it would have been a little bit more impactful, and I think it would have made the ending more. Oh damn! But it was just kind of like, oh okay, I saw that coming.
And honestly, and this is the final thing I'll say about it to shadow exactly what you're saying. It didn't have to be like a super high-profile actor.
No,
but I just felt like the conversations they were having would have had way more impact if there was just somebody like I don't want to overblow it, but Gary Oldman's like one of those kind of guys that he just gets into a role and he's part of the role, and there's emotion in things he says, and he can just say like random sentences. I feel like because of everything that he went through, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, to get where he was at, he needed somebody to match that speed.
He absolutely
and
did.
It could have been just like a fucking C actor, not some new kind of like random. And it's because again, they went for some fucking cliche storyline like that. So that clichéness of Muslims taking over an airplane, hijacking an airplane. I'm telling you what, it literally took as soon as that came out after the first X amount of time, it took me out of most of the movie, because every time and everything that they did and said, I was already completely out of disbelief of everything. I just couldn't.
And see, and Tone mentions, Gary Oldman, and Gary Oldman's a fantastic actor, but even then with the character that's acting alongside Joseph Gordon-Levitt at the end, I don't even think. I mean, and I know you didn't mean this, but you look at Gary Oldman, he is a high intensity actor.
Right, sure, he sure is.
And in this character, the way it's written and the way they're trying to use this character, it wouldn't have been right to be highly intense, but it would have been better to be more convincing, because there were a couple of scenes where he's, they're trying to humanize this character, and I don't know, it could have been the direction he was given, or maybe just the material, or maybe he just wasn't that good.
He took a chance and it didn't work.
Yeah, it was really just kind of like you're just like, dude, I know what you're trying to go with here, and it just didn't come through. And when you have somebody like Joseph Gordon-Levitt who is just flexing his acting chops in a scene where there's just two people most of the time, you need that balance. You need that person on the other side to match you, and when that doesn't happen, you have that flat, stale kind of ending when it should be kind of like this. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Oh no! It was just kind of like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yep. There it is.
Great showpiece for Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Solid direction by Patrick Vollrath. He's, like I said, he has an idea.
Dude's got potential.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is a low-budget thriller, and for the first 2/3 of the movie, it'll grip you.
Yep.
But the finish just isn't quite where it needs to be. But it was a cool movie, and it's a good watch. If you have Amazon Prime, check it out. Let us know your thoughts if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, or wherever. If you're in the Discord,
hop in the Discord.
Share your thoughts. I want to get your thoughts on the
There's
movie.
that Discord link right there. If you're not in our Discord,
there it is.
Hang out in Discord.
Hit that button. Join the Discord.
Yeah, come holler at
Want
us.
to talk about 7,500? I think, like I said, there's
some topics?
a lot of potential with this movie. Just doesn't quite stick the landing. Landing? Okay. All right. Moving on to the next movie we're going to talk about before Tone throws me out of here.
Appreciate y'all.
This one kind of bummed me out.
Because?
Considering the talent involved.
Yep.
Considering the writing, the writer, and the director. You look at this and you're thinking, sweet. Unfollowed on that joke. Come on!
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah, what up? He literally wrote that like 30 minutes ago.
I didn't write shit. I've heard everyone else use it in shitty ways. I used it in a good way.
Womp womp.
Man, fuck all y'all, man.
Womp womp.
You guys are terrible. Oh,
Did it really ping? Did we not know it?
No, it's right here. It's right here. King Cuddles. You won the giveaway. It's right here.
Oh, shit.
King Cuddles.
Wow.
Hey, congratulations.
Wow. My
man.
Foot fuck won something.
My man. Good job,
Holy
Cuddles.
shit.
Congratulations, buddy.
I can't believe. Yeah. Fuck you, Prime.
Bullshit, Prime.
King Cuddles had surgery today.
Here's the thing,
this
Prime.
Is so big. Oh,
I
so
hacked
amazing.
you.
Yeah, I hacked you.
I hacked you. That's what really. I'm high on Oxy. Cuddles just puts his business out there, and I love it.
Yeah, we love you, buddy.
Cuddles, any idea which one you're going to go for? What's he got? Elton John, Deku, and Mossman.
Or Mossman.
What are we doing?
Rufus McPoopus.
Awesome video, by the way. I ended up watching it.
Did you watch that shit?
That was amazing.
Oh, Kurt Angle's neck. What up, dude?
There he is. Kurt Angle's neck.
Fighter Fest, bro. I know. We got to watch it tomorrow, bro. I know. Trust me. Yeah, that's Wednesday nights for me, brother. Good seeing you, man.
He wants Elton John. All right, Cuddles.
John. Oh, shit.
I will send that out next week because typically what I do is I wait 2 weeks to send it out just to piss off like Zombie. So I'll wait 2 weeks and then Cuddles will threaten my life 2 weeks from now and then I'll send his out.
Yeah.
Because that's how I roll.
That's how you roll.
That's how I roll. I'm a shady host.
Mm.
You're the balance. You're the good guy. I'm the bad guy. There's no gray area here.
Guy. Fuck the good guy.
I'm good looking. I'm supposed to be the bad guy. I'm like the Alan Rickman of the show. Charming, handsome.
I'd rather be the Tom Hanks.
But bad. I'm a bad boy.
Tom Hanks.
Alan Rickman. I'm Hans Gruber of the show. All right, so now the next movie we're going to talk about briefly because it sucked was You Should Have Left, starring Kevin Bacon, Amanda Seyfried, and directed. Cuddles right 1-star Yelp review. Jeez, directed and written by David Kopp. Now the thing is, dude. This is Kevin Bacon.
I'm a big fan. Some people don't like him.
I love Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon is a great actor. Kevin Bacon is a great actor. I love Kevin Bacon. He's talented as fuck. He's always good in his movies. He's always committed to his roles, no matter how crazy they are. He's always good. You know Kevin Bacon, he's like a Nick Cage. He'll take any fucking role and run with it.
Absolutely.
He loves it.
No, absolutely.
It's just, dude, you should have left. I should have never went. That's what it should have been called. You should have never went. This David Kopp is
C Prime.
Yeah, dude, Tremors right there. Tremors is like an all-time classic.
Footloose
It's one of my favorite. It's one of my.
Whatever.
Footloose is great too, even the cheesy scenes. But here's the thing, man. About You Should Have Left. It's directed by and written by David Kopp, the same director and writer that made Stir of Echoes.
And I'm a huge fan. Of
Stir of Echoes is literally one of the most underrated horror movies I've seen because it came out the same year as The Sixth Sense.
Yes.
Or shortly after that. So everyone was like, oh, Sixth Sense is amazing, which it is. But then the Stir of Echoes was like, oh my God, Stir of Echoes, what's this? And you go see it and you're like, holy shit, this movie's every time I think of Stir of Echoes, I think of the little kid where he's like, don't talk to him, talk to me. And a scene, you're just like, oh.
It was one of the first DVDs I bought when I bought a PS2.
Yep. It's seriously, if you guys have, Hollow Man, get the fuck out of here, Prime. Now I know Prime's drunk.
No,
Hollow Man.
that was PS. This is Hollow Man fan club right now.
Seriously, dude. Seriously, Hollow
got
Man
against Josh
was
Brolin,
fucking trash, and it was
Elizabeth
a waste.
Shue.
It was a waste of talent. Josh Brolin, Elizabeth Shue, and Kevin Bacon, and a fucking goofy ass. All right. I've never had to fucking ban a fucking mod before, but I'm going to right now.
Prime's getting banned.
How do I put this goofball in timeout?
Yeah, right,
you know what? You know what? He's on the oxy. Cuddles gave him some oxy. He's not talking right.
That's right.
Jeez, oh man, Prime. Ooh, that's cool, man. Edgelord Prime. Hollow Man was cool.
It was a fun movie. I agree with him on that. I'm saying.
I want my $5 back. You ain't getting that money back. Thanks for that sub, bro.
Yeah, what up?
I hope you forget about it and you re-up on accident. But no, like this movie, it's a very.
Somebody said they heard it was boring.
It's very boring.
It's pretty boring.
It's predictable as fuck.
Pikachu, watch it and talk to us.
Dude, Pikachu, don't do it right now because unless you're a sleazeball like him, you can rent it on iTunes for $20 right now. You can't even buy it unless you're a sleazeball. Thank you, Cap. This movie right now, it's available on iTunes. I'm sure other platforms for $20 to rent it. I would not rent it at $20. I wouldn't rent it at $20.
Finger discount.
It's predictable. Kevin Bacon, as much as I love him, he can't save this movie. No, he's decent. He's pretty good. He's got some good scenes.
Yeah, he's got some really.
But
good scenes.
overall, the story is such a mess, and you automatically know, maybe about 20, 30 minutes into it, whatever he's been accused of. Darkman was sweet. That was with Liam Neeson, wasn't it?
I think, wasn't it?
I think it was Liam. Yeah, it was Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Darkman
was sweet.
That's a deep pull right there. Yeah,
Darkman was sweet, man.
Yeah.
I love Dark. And I remember the bad guy in that movie was Dr. Giggles. Did you guys ever see Dr. Giggles?
Yeah, every night.
No, dude. Dr. Giggles is one of the best campy horror movies of the 90s. Thank you. See, now Prime redeems himself. Dr. Giggles. He knows what I'm talking about. Dr. Giggles was fucking awesome. Dr. Giggles is a great 90s movie, you guys. If you ever get a chance to see Dr. Giggles, please see Dr. Giggles. It's incredible.
Every night.
I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I gotta look this up. Prime, can you look that up? Can you look up that gentleman's name? But he's the bad guy in Darkman. But
did he play Thunderbolt Ross in MCU?
No, he didn't at all.
Okay, cool.
So you're fucking dumb.
Making shit up.
I know you are dumb. Anyways, back to this movie. Tone is Dr. Giggles. Bill Birch.
I'm just saying.
Larry Drake. Thank you, Larry Drake. Yep.
Well, what else was he in then?
Larry Drake. He was a great character actor. He played a lot of like goofy characters.
What?
He was in Darkman.
Asshole.
He was a Darkman.
I want to know more.
But no, back to this
shit.
movie. It's just this. Yeah, boom. There you go. He was on LA Law.
Sweet. I'm in Michigan Law. What up?
I believe Larry Drake passed away. I think
Larry Bird.
Not Larry Bird. Not Larry Bird.
Never mind.
But no, this movie, and I know you want to talk about it as well. I just this is not even close to being on the same level as Stir of Echoes. There are some cool elements with the haunted house. They try to experiment with. The house is always shifting and whatnot, but
is it haunted though?
It's more than haunted. It's fucked up, but it's just it's a predictable movie. It doesn't have any of the tension. There was like one jump scare, and that wasn't even that scary for you. You were just like, I knew you were gonna jump, and it wasn't that good. No, I'm not gonna spoil. There's nothing worth spoiling. He did it. There you go. He did it.
Hey, there's nothing worth spoiling.
Yeah, he did it, and this is his comeuppance for it. And you're just like, okay, this movie's stupid.
Stupid.
Stupid. It's just
first of all, I'd like to point out that the time that Stir of Echoes came out was PS2 era. DVDs were hot. I bought A Knight's Tale, Stir of Echoes, and Twisted Metal Black. You know what had in common with Stir of Echoes and Twisted Metal Black? Song "Paint It Black" by the Rolling Stones.
No. It's also in Devil's Advocate. Go ahead.
But this had nothing cool about it like that.
No
at all. Like you went from a dude that created like almost a early modern horror movie that people can remember to this movie that we were presented with. and it had a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential in this movie.
Oh, there was a ton.
Like I think
the talent involved.
Yeah, that alone.
Mm-hmm.
But how everything was going to go, or how everything went, almost went the opposite way that you thought, but it was still predictable, which is weird.
You knew exactly what the fuck was gonna happen. You knew exactly what was going on.
The ending did not surprise you, really.
No, I was sitting there going, man, it took 90 minutes to get to this.
That's 93 to be fair. Yeah, it was really disappointing. Like I really expected more out of everybody involved, and I'm not saying don't watch it. Like, again, I'm going to preface, this is not the worst movie I've ever seen by any measure of that stick. But it's not, like, 7500 is a movie I would tell people to say,
give it a day in court, yeah.
Give it a day in court.
But I'm not going to tell Pikachu to drop $20 to rent this
Absolutely
fucking movie.
Not. No. I would wait till this is a Prime exclusive freebie, or it's on HBO Max, or wherever the fuck, or if you want to get dirty, you can get it anytime you want. But I'm just saying, like, don't pay for this shit. Bottom line. That sounds terrible. Don't pay for this shit.
Oh my God, dude. Look at Luigi. Now, see, man.
What is Luigi doing?
First, Luigi, he a couple of weeks ago, I was concerned about Luigi. I was concerned. I was like, Luigi sounds like a scumbag. But then Luigi comes out and says, who remembers the movie Judgment Night? I remember the movie Judgment Night. Cuba Gooding Jr., Emilio Estevez, Jeremy Piven, Steven.
PCU.
No, dude. Seriously, look. If you haven't seen Judgment Night, go see Judgment Night. It's hard to find. I actually just got the Blu-ray. I actually just bought it on iTunes.
Oh, you're getting serious,
though. Dude, no, Judgment Night.
That?
Dude, we've talked about Judgment Night before.
Yeah, I always think like Terminator 2 Judgment
Dude,
Day.
no. Dude, who played Deacon Frost in Blade?
I don't remember his real name, but he's a badass.
Yeah, who played Deacon Frost? It's Steven something.
Steven Frost?
Oh.
Forrest?
No.
Steven.
Judgment Night, Men at Work, and Stakeout.
Yeah,
go watch
Stephen
those.
Frost.
You're welcome. Men at Work is fucking awesome. Men at Work is great.
Right,
Golf clap. And then Keith David is the crazy ass guy that rides with him. He's fucking amazing, dude.
Stephen Dorff. I was close.
Yep.
I said Steven.
No, it's Stephen Dorff. Stephen Dorff. Yeah,
that's what I said.
It's Brad Dorff's brother. It's Brad Dorff's
Thanks,
brother.
Trick.
Dorriff.
Trickety-trick.
Dorif. The great Brad Dorff, who voiced the original Chucky. And he was also in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was also in Lord of the Rings. He was the guy that was whispering in the ear of the king, the main guy in the third one. Remember the creepy dude?
The Witch King?
I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, Stephen Dorff from Ghost Fishing. Yeah. Anyways, going back. Judgment Night is in. You remember how we were talking about one of the things we might do for the channel, talking about 90s movies? I will talk about this movie.
So I need to watch it.
Judgment Night is a fucking badass.
Ganondorf, I think.
Ganondorf. No, not Ganondorf. You dick. No, seriously, if you guys get a chance, watch Judgment Night. It's wholly unreal. Luigi knows what the fuck he's talking about. It's a really, really good movie. And Dennis Leary's the bad guy. And actually, it's rad because that was the same year Dennis Leary was in The Ref. I don't know if you guys have seen The Ref. Unfortunately,
is that a black comedy or a comedy?
It's a dark comedy. Unfortunately, it stars Kevin Spacey and Judy Davis. And The Ref, though, if you can just watch it without thinking about how much of a creep Kevin Spacey is, it's one of the most underrated Christmas movies ever made. Dennis Leary is fucking incredible, and Judy Davis and Kevin Spacey are like this married couple who fucking hate each other. It is an underrated comedy. The Ref. But it was a big year for Dennis Leary because he got to play the funny guy, but then he was a bad guy in Judgment Night, and he's fucking awesome in it. And then lastly, regarding Judgment Night, who is the lead singer of House of Pain? Do with the nose ring.
Whitey Ford.
Is that what his name was?
Yeah,
anyways,
his name is.
Yes. P.S. I love you. He gets it. The Ref as well. But the lead singer for House of Pain is.
I can't think of his name offhand. Somebody's gonna come up with it.
He's the right hand man of Dennis Leary in Judgment Night. He's like his right hand man. And then the other guy was in his other guy.
They were really playing the Irish side of their.
Oh, dude, yeah, it was badass.
That's dope.
It was badass. But you guys, like I said, back to this movie.
Yeah, that's a good point right there.
Yeah,
we got way sidetracked trying to talk about this movie.
I can talk about fucking movies.
Let's say all right,
all day long.
Honestly, if you got nothing else better to do, watch the movie. Just don't
pay $20 for it.
Don't pay any money for it. It's very disappointing because honestly, of the two movies, this was the one I was most excited for because I love Sir Vector.
Saw the trailer. I remember
Kevin
we were
Bacon.
hyped. We were hyped.
You were talking about his Wild Things PP earlier. You were a huge fan. So the Kevin Bacon's Bacon. We remember that from the early 90s, right? Kevin Bacon.
Jesus.
So, you know, Everlast. Yeah, Everlast. There you go. Jay Hill. Thank you, Jay Hill.
Is that his name, Everlast?
That's what he goes by. I don't know who fucking knows it.
But yeah, he's one of the bad guys in Judgment Night.
That's so yeah, like us getting sidetracked on the movie is kind of.
Dude, I'm just so happy Luigi redeemed himself tonight. Comes out spitting. He's out there spitting. He's out there spitting that bullshit 2 weeks ago about Mag. And then he comes like, "Has anyone seen Judgment Night?" And I'm ready to make love to him because he said that.
Make love. Oh,
seriously, Judgment Night is fucking incredible. Judgment Night is absolutely incredible.
I keep telling Luigi I'm his Mario and Prime's.
Dude, I'll be his Yoshi.
Oh shit!
You can ride me all day, baby. Anyways,
Prime is Princess Peach and you're Yoshi.
Oh my god, this is just getting so gross. This is so gross. We still have one more topic to talk about, and this is a big topic.
This is a big topic. Okay.
This is one that when it popped up, I went to and Piccolo because Piccolo's a Batman guy. You're a Batman guy, and we were just like, whoa. So let's get it. We're gonna talk about the possible return of Michael Keaton as Batman. Stories broke out last week that DC and whoever, Warner Brothers, is in discussions with Michael Keaton to bring him back as the Caped Crusader in an upcoming Flash movie. This is big, dude.
Okay.
This is really, really big, and I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna put some plastic on me, and I'm just gonna sit over here.
All right. Before we drive, you buckle up. This is let's talk about that for a quick
yeah, hold up now.
This is the Midland Brewing Company right here. This is called the Mile Marker 3. It's a Hefeweizen. Hefeweizen. This is very, very smooth and clovey, and you get a very nice banana love at the end of that as well too. This is a very underrated beer in the Tri-Cities.
That's hot. That's hot. That's pretty good. Unfiltered ale.
Delicious.
5.6%. Sweet. Talk about Michael Keaton.
Best
baby.
Batman ever is Michael Keaton. Outside of stop. So okay, there was a night we were playing. Was it Predator? Mm-hmm. What were we playing?
We were playing Predator.
Was it Predator?
Yep.
And we were doing B&B plays. And me, you, and Pick stayed online till like 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And we were for an hour and a half talking about Batmans, DCUs, and all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember a lot of the meat and potatoes of that because I was probably drunk on Fireball as per usual. But what I will tell everybody is that my favorite live-action Batman will always be Michael Keaton, hands down, period. My favorite will always be Kevin Conroy because that's Batman. This announcement had me so fucking hyped because one of the few things that I like about DC, and they're very little, trust me, and I hate to be that guy, but I'll be honest, is the TV shows. Even far back as the 90s, they really tried at the Flash show. I didn't give them credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
Arrow, like for the first 3 seasons, once you get to the 4th season, they start turning that CW drama shit. Like that kind of drama shit takes me out of it. I don't care about it.
Sure.
Flash, the first 2 seasons, awesome. Third season started doing the same bullshit. Like, oh, fucking drama. Like sometimes that drama just doesn't work with the shit. I want that comic book goodness, right? But now we got Ezra Miller, who is the main Flash in the DCU, which all the BVS and Justice League, which aren't great, and he's not a great Flash, but he could redeem himself because now we're talking about getting involved with Michael Keaton, tapping that multiverse, maybe some Infinite Crisis shit in the movies. On the TV show, they've brought in some crazy fucking people and getting involved in some characters that like Kevin Conroy got to be Batman finally live action. That's cool.
Right.
They're doing that for the movie now, and this is going to give us a chance to bring back the true Caped Crusader, Michael Keaton
Adam
as
West.
Batman.
Yeah,
and that's a tough argument. So because we all know. That's a very tough argument, actually.
Continue. No, you
derailed me with that. I didn't think it was.
I know you weren't thinking about it, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Adam West,
go ahead. Keep falling apart.
It's still Michael Keaton.
Keep falling apart.
No, you're fine.
No, you're doing great.
Still Michael Keaton. So around March time this year, and I think maybe even earlier, people have been wanting Batman Beyond for a long fucking time.
Yep.
Batman Beyond, basically, what Batman Beyond is it's an older Bruce Wayne as Batman trying to still do what he does as an old man, which means he has to adapt and change and things change, etc. And the people around him, the villains he fights, have changed. Now that the fact that we're this close, the rumor started in March.
Yep.
People want there's always been a rumor of Batman Beyond, right? Last week it came out that DC doing this shit with the Flash and the happening in the multiverse. Michael Keaton potentially is signed up for not one movie to be part of a Flash movie, but maybe multiple. Actually, continue that banner. Actually, as Michael Keaton playing Bruce and Batman to hand the cowl down, to stop donning the cowl, as we will, hand it down to the next Batman. I can't remember the name of the character's name who does get that in the Batman Beyond. Or something. Whoever the fuck it is. That's a big fucking deal because like people like the Batman debates, like even if you're not a huge comic fan or if you're a huge Marvel or DC, Batman debates because of the consistent reboots for the last 30, 40 years or longer, really, when you think of Adam West. There is always Batman debates who's the best Batman. I mean, I had one at work 2 days ago. Luckily, this dude agreed, and because he was smart and awesome, he agreed Michael Keaton's the best Batman. What do we got?
Notification from Josh. You're moving from your mic.
Thank you, Jay. I'm getting animated because I'm excited.
Well, he's hard as hell right now.
Because Michael Keaton is fucking Batman. Thank you, Jay Hill. Appreciate you. Bottom line, if this is reality, and we don't know if this is reality because DC or WB has not come out with it, if Michael Keaton is Batman as Batman Beyond, this is fucking just as hype as any of the bigger actors that have been attached to any of these franchises. That's very exciting. I've been wanting this for a long time because if anybody knows about why Michael Keaton got cut from the Batman series, or will Tim Burton, because they were kind of a combo duo, kind of sucks.
Zombie's out.
Oh, come on.
Get him, zombie!
Come on, come on, Christian Bale. Oh, because honestly, when I watched the Christian Bale, like, listen, the is about to enter. Does anybody remember the hero sandwich that was at McDonald's back then for that? It was like the elongated hamburger sandwich. No? Okay, good. Anyways,
no
memories.
That
Batman.
That was your uncle.
Oh, that was great. Oh, fuck. Yes. If Michael Keaton stopped over and said, "Hey, it's Banter and Babble. Could I enter you on?" Yes, I would say yes. Okay.
Yeah, you
is that
would.
what
You
want to
fucking
hear?
Pervert.
But bottom line, yes, this is awesome news no matter what, because DC is really good at recognizing the multiverse, etc., and dimensions and stuff like that. That's exciting to me. People have been wanting it for a long time. I love Michael Keaton. If you've seen him, if you've seen the movie Birdman, if you've seen Mr. Mom,
oh yeah,
these movies. Like,
I don't think anyone's doubting his ability as an actor.
I just always felt like he had the jawline, the look. He had a good Bruce Wayne. He had a great Batman, and as somebody who doesn't really get too deep into DCU except for some Batman, there is a lot of love for the Keaton Batman up around here. And Christian Bale really took me out of the movies because I couldn't handle that shit. I couldn't handle the voice. You do the voice, yeah. Anybody can do the fucking voice. And I actually thought that Ben Affleck got a bad rap. I thought he had a voice changer, blah blah blah, but he got kind of a bad rap. So I'm also open to Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson, yeah.
I'm also open
to
Pattinson
has come a long way since getting out of that Twilight spotlight.
Multiplicity got a name drop. Holy shit, that's one of the best.
It's actually
an amazing
that movie got it got panned, but it was actually pretty sweet. It was actually a pretty good movie.
Still holds its hands of time.
And I agree with Prime. I think, Batman is such an iconic character, and everyone, I will say Michael Keaton is to Batman what Heath Ledger was to the Joker. When they first announced it, everyone was like, "What? Huh? Michael Keaton? What?"
Right.
And Michael Keaton proved that he had the gravitas, he had the skill to really take on that role, and he made it his own. He made it his own. He was like, you know what? I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to do it. And when he walked out, I actually thought, I actually didn't care for, and this will probably piss people off, I didn't care for Nicholson as the Joker. I'll say it right now. I mean, I thought Nicholson, he was fun, but he was way over the top. and Heath Ledger runs circles around him, and so does Joaquin Phoenix. Shit, so does Burgess Meredith. If you want to get crazy,
Dame Judi Dench.
or not Burgess Meredith.
I'm really uncomfortable.
Trying to remember
right
the gentleman's name that played the original, but
yeah,
anyways.
right. I'm like a I'm ready.
No. I mean, look, dude, and my brother's the same way. My brother loves.
But I love these discussions.
My brother loves Jack Nicholson as a Joker, and I get it. You know, Jack Nicholson came out, he was over the top, and everyone loved him, and that's great. But when I look at Heath Ledger as the Joker, I feel like he really had an understanding of what the Joker was, like just straight chaos. You know, he doesn't have an allegiance to anyone. He does his own thing.
He gets the chaotic side of him very well.
It's almost like Jack Nicholson just took the original character that we saw on screen. Can somebody look up the original gentleman's name that played the Joker in the original series? I want to say it's gonna piss me off. I can't remember his name. Anybody can look that up, that'd be great. But I feel like Jack Nicholson took that and just went really over the top with it, which worked. I mean, he did his thing. And it fit a Tim Burton's universe. Thank you, Cesar Romero. And he basically took that and just did his own thing, and that's fine. But I felt like Heath Ledger was better. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was way better than Jack Nicholson's. I would say he's like third. I won't put him over Cesar Romero. Because Jack Nicholson was funny. I never looked at Jack Nicholson like, oh man, he's a fucking sweet Joker.
So I won't even like compare Joaquin to Jack Nicholson.
You can't.
And that's fair. And because to me, there's it's a completely different thing that's going on.
Right, that's fair. We'll remove that. No, you're right. I'll remove that.
I like how
no, he couldn't.
This is this is one of those things that could be a fucking complete time vamp. But all I'll say is that for me, Jack Nicholson is pieces of Heath Ledger and pieces of Cesar Romero. He had the chaoticness.
I don't think he had
anything. He had the jokiness.
I don't think he had anything of Heath Ledger. It was just Jack Nicholson chewing up every single fucking scene he was in, just doing Jack Nicholson unhinged.
Which is pretty cool because Jack Nicholson's cool.
No, and this is and make no mistake, I love Jack Nicholson.
You do.
I love Jack Nicholson. I think he's
celebrates the whole calendar.
I do. I celebrate his entire catalog. He's an amazing actor.
Right.
But after seeing Heath Ledger's performance, I just don't even think it's close. I think Heath Ledger is something that I would expect from a Joker, from the character that we see. And shit, dude. Let's go. I'll one up you. And I know you won't argue with this. I know you'll argue with Heath Ledger being better than that. But Mark Hamill's a better Joker than fucking Jack Nicholson.
If you want to include what live action and non-live action,
we're including everything. We're including everything.
Well then Mark Hamill's the best fucking Joker. Fuck everybody. Eat me. Don't at me.
Cool. Now I can get you to admit that Jack Nicholson.
And then Kevin
Joker.
Conroy is also the best Batman. Don't at me. Don't at me. Sorry.
Anyways, no, but back to the story. This is sweet, and it's interesting because Michael Keaton wanted to get away from Batman so bad after Batman Returns
because it was so hard for him.
He got basically shoehorned into that. Like, you're gonna be Batman forever. This is what you're gonna do. And immediately short after that, he did Pacific Heights, where he was the psycho tenant in Matthew Modine's and Melanie Griffith's apartment. They bought a house, and Michael Keaton is a renter. Like, he rents one of the rooms, and he's a fucking psychopath. If you want to see Michael Keaton on fucking Hinged, check out Pacific Heights.
Or just watch the part in Spider-Man Homecoming where he's got a gun talking to Tom Holland. Because
could do that too. But this is more relevant simply because this was shortly after Batman, and he really tried to shed that Batman, sure. I can do more than fucking Batman.
Oh, wasn't it? You want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Right.
No, he was good in Spider-Man. He was really good in Spider-Man. I liked him in Spider-Man.
I get what you're saying. That's fair.
But no, and it's interesting that Michael Keaton would be in this discussion to come back, which is what telling me DC is just saying, here, name your price.
Right.
Here's a check.
Why
name
not?
Your price.
Everybody doesn't want it. It's this point. And honestly, some of the things that it's like for all the good things that DCU does or DC does, they take a step back. But this is a good one. I think this is what people wanted, and let's do some Batman Beyond. Fuck it.
No, I'm down with that, and I'm down with them exploring that where he's more of a mentor this time around. He's an older Batman. But I mean, here's the thing, man. Where Keaton's best role is police chief and the other guys.
Actually, that's pretty fucking funny. To be fair,
one of his other better movies is Jackie Brown, the Tarantino flick. He's really good in Jackie Brown.
Really good in
he's a supporting character. He's really strong there. Obviously, Birdman's incredible. Birdman was fucking amazing.
Blew my mind. I could talk about that for hours.
Birdman, but no, he was good in the police chief. He was good. I don't know if it's his best role. I will sue you. I'll sue you right now. You're wrong. But going back to that, this is sweet. This is really cool. And if they can make this happen, and they can get him locked up for a couple more movies as Batman, I think everyone's just gonna be happy that, hey, Michael Keaton's Batman, because Michael Keaton took a lot of shit, much like Heath Ledger when it was announced. He's Batman. Everyone was like, "Fucking Michael Keaton, Mr. Mom, get the fuck out of here!" No way, and he killed it. He was great. He was a really good Batman. He was a really good Batman. He's a better Batman than Jack Nicholson was a Joker. Boom.
Anyways,
that.
Let's
move on.
Yeah. So for the most part, that's gonna do it for us.
I think we nailed everything.
I think you didn't because of your Joker bullshit. Anyways, so before we wrap up, there's a few things. We got to clean up some housekeeping stuff.
Clean it up.
First of all, we appreciate everybody for following us to twitch.tv/banter and babble. If you get some free time, you want to follow twitch.tv/fanboytone and the Dude79, we'd appreciate that as well too. We both hit affiliate this week, which is very exciting. We really want to do that with Banter and Babble because we really want. We're looking for echelon level. We're doing great stuff, and it's because of all of you. And our support chain is literally just all of you coming back as often as you do, sharing us, and continue please to keep sharing us on social media,
yes,
retweeting, sharing on Facebook, wherever you do it. If you want, again, that's up there for that Discord. Join our Discord, hang out with us, give us topics. What do you want to talk about? We'd love to hear from you. You know, if you got some controversial takes that we had, because he throws some bullshit out there about Joker, tell him that. You know what I'm saying? Get Steven Seagal in there. Absolutely right. But at the end of the day, we appreciate all of you, and we're doing a lot of things with our new kind of almost like refreshness and reboot of everything. We're gonna making some extra content on the channel. We don't want to get too crazy about announcing because we don't have a lot of specifics, but we've got a pretty good benchmark for the things we want to do with the Banter and Babble. We do Banter and Babble, as everybody knows. Don't forget, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, every other alternate bi-weekly of Wednesdays. The opposite Wednesday, are B&B plays when we play a game, when we're able to do that as well too. But we have some more content we want to add as well to the channel too.
We got some cool ideas.
We've got some really great ideas from anywhere from a half hour to an hour, stuff that's Banter and Babble-esque.
Yep.
And it might not be both of us, it might be just one of us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got time, get in that Discord, holler at us, give us your ideas, follow us, and be ready for it, because we're about to really jam some shit in your ear holes. And we want you to be there for us and with us.
That's awkward. Yeah, no, basically, just piggybacking off what he says, first of all, sorry, I had to burp. I really didn't want to burp. I was hoping you go maybe like 5 seconds longer so I didn't have to burp. These beers are killing me.
Right.
First of all, like Tone said, thank you so much for your support and for making that transition over to Twitch here. I know it's asking a lot, but at the same time, I feel like if most of you had a Mixer account, most of you probably had a Twitch account.
A little easier to deal
I appreciate that very, very much. And like Tone said, check out our streams on our individual channels. But the focus right now for us, as much as I'm happy that I was able to do something make affiliate, that's great, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I'll continue to create content just like he's going to create content for his channel. The focus right now is this, and being a part of a conversation with you and everybody that's in the chat every fucking week. That is what we're aiming at. That is what we're striving for. That is what we want to build up. And honestly, everyone here and in the chat and conversing and talking and being a part of the giveaways, this is what we fucking do. Mm-hmm. This is what we do.
Yep.
And like Tone said, the B&B plays, we're going to start working those in. We want to play with you guys with certain games. We want to make these B&B plays, not just Tone and I playing, but Tone and I playing with all of you. So we have ideas with that. And as he mentioned, we have other content that we want to create to have you be a part of another discussion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool shit. And as I've mentioned for like the last 2 months, and I promise I'm going to figure this shit out, we want to find a way to make your voice heard as well during the show. And, there's a couple things we need to test out and work on. Like I said, we're working on just some of the more finer details.
Yep.
We want to get you involved in the conversation. And I know a lot of you have a lot of things to say. I mean, Luigi is very vocal. Prime Gaming is very vocal. Zombie is fucking vocal.
Right.
I want to get Zombie on here to talk about shit. I want to get everybody an opportunity to come on here and talk about some shit. So we have a lot of stuff. I hope your new content includes some Pornhub clips. Well, you won't find it on here, but if you join the Discord, I'm just saying. You join the Discord, you might find some OnlyFans stuff. But no, like seriously, at the end of the day, the biggest thing is we appreciate you guys and girls very, very much being a part of this conversation every single week. Mm-hmm. Bring your friends, bring your family. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's opinion is welcome as long as you're not an asshole about it. And that's basically it. We want to grow the show. We want to do more for you. We're really excited about that, and we're going to do that.
We got more coming.
How'd you spell that?
No comment.
Just joking. $20 a month sub fee. Shh. That's like an asterisk. That's like a small thing. We're gonna ease that in, Pikachu. We're gonna ease that in. Nice and slow.
Right.
I finally get a chance to show off my ventriloquism. All right, let's get out of here before Prime fucking kills everybody.
Before it makes it weird.
Yeah, before he makes it odd.
All right.
If you don't get a chance to watch this show live, you can always check it out on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Banter and Babble. Just type it in. If you listen to it, Tone's Big Bone and the Dude 69. I fucking liked it. I would actually pay to see that. I'd pay to see that. If you do listen to this on iTunes, if you want to, give us a nice review. You don't have to write up a whole review. All you have to do is hit, 5 stars. Or if you want to write something really nice, like, oh my God, I can't stop looking at Brent. He's so cute. I get it. You can do that. That's fine. You can do that. I'm not going to be mad at you if it says that in the reviews. If you want, you can listen to it on Spotify, Google Podcasts.
Everything.
All that shit.
All the world.
We really, really appreciate it. And right there, Fets Depot. Fets Toy Depot. Thank you so much again, my dude. Fet.
Appreciate you,
with
brother.
the Darth Maul and double-edged. Man, that's a hot image. I think that's how we're going to end it. I think we're going to end it on that.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. For Fanboy Tone, I'm the Dude 79. This has been another edition of Banter and Babble. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks or maybe next week. Make sure you hit the little bell so you get notified when we go live. Talk to you soon. Good night, everybody.